know it's scary to put yourself out there, but you have to, otherwise you're never going to know how good you are.
Stay out of this, princess.
Why do I care so much? Because he's hot.
Today's guest is the former star of Newsies and Bonnie and Clyde on Broadway, a 2012 Tony Award nominee, and a two-time winner of the Broadway.com Audience Choice Award. Now he's heading to NBC's Smash, joining the cast for season 2, playing an edgy musical theater songwriter. Please welcome Mr. Jeremy Jordan. How you doing, Jeremy?
You got it. You guys don't know how many takes that took.
It took a few takes. It's all right.
Wonderful.
Here's the thing. You've been here before. You came here when Newsies was at Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey. This seems like ages ago. It was like 16 months ago.
Yeah, we were looking forward to Bonnie and Clyde at that time.
I still am looking forward to it coming back. So
alas,
a lot has happened to you.
Yeah.
So I want to run down quickly if we can. I just want to catch everyone up to what's going on in your life. So I'm gonna read off some milestones that happened to you.
Wow, you probably know more about me than me.
Tell me how each of those, make a face describing how each of these things make you feel. Ready? We're just gonna run. This is your life. Just get right through it. Get caught up with everyone.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. You opened Newsies in Jersey. You closed Newsies in Jersey. You were on the cover of Time Out New York magazine. You opened in Bonnie and Clyde.
Woo!
You got a dog.
What is happening?
You were in Joyful Noise on the big screen.
Hallelujah.
You closed in Bonnie and Clyde. You made a Bonnie and Clyde album.
That was good.
You sang the national anthem at Yankee Stadium.
Terrifying.
You got a Tony nomination.
What?
You won 2 Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards.
Awesome.
You got cast in Smash. You got married. You went to Hawaii.
Oh, I miss it.
You got verified on Twitter.
Best things ever happened to me.
You got a Grammy nomination.
I just realized this, by the way.
You're back on Show People.
Eh.
All right, so basically we're at a low point of a very busy year.
There he goes. Yes, we're at a very low point.
But, okay, so
downward spiral.
So I was walking through Times Square. Your
Yeah.
face is back. You're back in Times Square.
Yeah.
On a big billboard. You've been there before. Well, you were there for Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
Looking very fetching with Laura Osnes, who we love.
Yes.
And then the Newsies was that weird sort of Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah, fake Jeremy Jordan.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial
Wasn't really
billboard.
me.
So how do you feel when you look up and there you are on the lineup of this big NBC blockbuster TV show?
It's pretty great. I haven't seen the billboard yet, though, and it's like right around the corner, so maybe I'll go see it on my
literally
way
could just
out.
hit pause and go check it out.
That's all right. It's just crazy, man. I watched the first episode, and you see your name come up, by itself on the screen, before, not with the guest star, not like in the closing credits. It's pretty neat.
So now this all happened while you were in Newsies.
Yeah.
Was the role written for you, or was it like an audition situation? A bunch of edgy musical theater guys went in?
Yeah. I don't really know about who else went in. I do know that the new showrunner, the head writer, Josh Safran, came in to Smash with 3 new characters in mind, and Jimmy was one of them. And he tells me that he sort of always had me in mind for it.
Nice.
But that's not to say that I just got it. I mean, I had a meeting with him. We talked about it. I did like 3 auditions on tape. I had to, get Spielberg to like me. So.
Oh yeah, did you have to have like a meeting with Spielberg?
No, it was sad. I've met him since then, but he met with my face on tape.
So you play this guy named Jimmy Collins, right?
Sounds like a
newsie.
Stiff drink.
It does sound like a stiff drink.
I'll have that Jimmy Collins straight up on the rocks.
Enjoy it. Enjoy that. So you play Jimmy Collins. He's kind of a dick at first. I watched the first few episodes.
He's definitely a dick.
I was lucky enough to see the first few episodes, which I loved.
He doesn't get much nicer.
Oh, really? he maintains his dickiness?
Maybe he might have some nice moments, but it's not to say that he's a dick. He just doesn't trust anyone.
Right.
He doesn't really care about anyone, except for maybe his best friend Kyle.
Right.
And I think that he would rather just not get along with anyone than like really have to try to make a relationship work that would probably just end up disappointing him in the end. So
And
that's kind of his mindset. So
Right. And he writes these beautiful songs, but he writes them for himself.
yeah, he sort of writes them. I think that he secretly kind of wants people to like them, although he outwardly doesn't care.
Right.
But I think he's absolutely terrified of putting himself out there. So he says, I'm writing these for myself.
He works at this. I love the fictional reel.
Yeah, it's
landscape.
called
he
called
works at
Table 46.
Table 46 on
It's
Restaurant Row.
the exterior is Joe Allen's.
Okay.
And but inside it's sort of a mix of Joe Allen's and like Bar Central. It's the quintessential Broadway restaurant.
Have you ever been a waiter? Are you working from experience? Did you start bussing tables to get ready for this, or?
Yeah, I took a couple of weeks at Applebee's. I've been a waiter before. I catered waiter when I first came to the city, which was soul sucking, and I hated every second of it. And then I took a waiting job for like 4 or 5 months over on Hell's Kitchen, and yeah, I didn't like that either. So, but I've had experience. To get that job, of course I lied on my resume. I never waited tables before. I
Right.
made up all these things. I wrote down on my resume the Bennigans that I knew had closed in my hometown. So if they tried to call it, nobody would answer.
Right.
But how I ended up getting the job was, I walked in. They're like, "Are you an actor?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Do you have your book with you?" And I said, "Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I do." He's like, "Let me look at your book." So he pulls out my book, and he's like, "Sing this song." And I just like sang part of a song for him. He's like, "Come in tomorrow, start training." I was like terrified. I didn't know. I was like, is this really happening? Is somebody gonna like pop out with a video camera? What's happening?
Smash obviously finished an entire first season. Is kind of people love it or hate it, or people liked it, were frustrated. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah.
But the show has undergone a big sort of creative renewal.
Oh yeah, it's we've sort of cleaned up shop
Yeah.
over at Smash, and by we I mean I just came in and didn't do anything. There's a whole new writing staff. I mean, a lot of the crew's different. Makeup and hair and costumes are all different. So we'll get rid of the scarves, and
Deborah Mess, I guess.
they let go of a few cast members and brought in a few new ones.
Right.
So I think you'll notice a very different energy to
Yeah.
Smash this year. Because of all those things, it'll be it'll be a bit younger and darker, definitely. Hopefully a little sexier. There's going to be more new songs because there's 2 musicals.
Yeah, right.
So you'll probably get 1 or 2 new songs at least an
Well,
episode,
what's
if not
really
more.
awesome is that you're playing a songwriter, and I know in the episodes I saw Joe Iconis
Legs falling asleep.
wrote one of the songs that your character plays.
Yeah,
So you have these
yeah.
very talented people. Your character looks amazingly talented because
Yeah.
you have all these great people.
He's like
Everyone's making you look really
schizophrenic.
good.
He's got all these voices in his head telling him how to write.
So tell me about bullshitting at the piano. You have these scenes where you're kind of like, or
Listen.
Do you play?
I got a piano so that I could like bullshit properly.
Right.
I learned how to play a little bit in college. I had to learn like basic piano, so I can play chords really well. Like I can follow a lead sheet and kind of plunk out something. But it was very difficult, because you have a pre-recorded piano part, and they're like, you have to look like you're playing this thing that's already been recorded. Like, good luck trying to live up to whoever actual piano player was doing this. So I would spend a lot of time with a piano coach or on my own, just figuring it out and being able to fake it enough to where if they show my fingers, it looks like I'm doing what I'm doing. And my very first day on set is when I sang "Broadway, Here I Come," which is in the premiere episode.
Right.
And I mean, I learned that entire song on the piano, and I worked really hard, and it was terrifying.
I heard your mom bugged out when you got
Oh my God, she totally did. Well, I told her, she came to visit, and I was like already in the audition process, and I knew she and my little sister, were like totally obsessed with Smash.
Yeah.
So like I didn't want to like get our hopes up too
Right.
high, and she came to visit like right towards the end of the audition process, and I couldn't not tell her, so I was like, I'm up for it, and she's like, oh, what? And the next day I got the call. This is the stupidest thing, but like I didn't know how to tell her because I was with Ashley at the time, and I came home and my mom was waiting for us playing with the dog, and I walked in the door and she looked at me, and I just like impulsively went, "Let me be your star," and Mom was like, "What?" "Oh my God, you got it!" And I was like, "Yay!" I don't know what possessed me to do that, but that's what happened. So that's how she found out.
So what I think is really great about the addition of Jimmy, and I love this character because it sort of honors all of the people who are struggling to be in this Broadway world, right?
It totally does. I would contradict that only to say that Andy's character, Kyle,
Yeah.
is kind of like...
And how do you say Andy's last name?
Mientis.
Mientis,
Mientis.
right. He was in Carrie
It
off
sounds like
Broadway.
Mientis, but it's Mientis.
Did you do it like that because he's the gay one of the,
I
of
do.
the pair,
I mean,
you're the straight dude? And
I thought maybe his last name was like Mentis or Mantis, or it was
Right.
like it's just a weird spelling.
Right.
And he's like, no, it's Mientis. I was like, you can't get more Midwestern than that. And but he's from Pittsburgh, so anyways, his character is like the total Broadway fangirl.
His is,
but he's
right.
also
right,
like
he asks for autograph. Of his
yeah, he
photo,
also wants to be a writer, and so I think a lot of people are going to connect with him like that. And Jimmy, while he is like one of those like cool, edgy, struggling young artists, he's a lot darker than any composer I've ever met.
But no, Jimmy is dark. He'll disappear. Like he'll just like disappear for a while.
He'll just disappear for long periods of
yeah.
time. Probably come back in some state of disarray.
Where is Jimmy during these times? He has his ball.
you'll find out.
He has a ball in an apartment in Brooklyn.
Oh my God, their apartment is sick.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
like this incredible like vintage loft. I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever seen, and I've
it's
seen,
gorgeous.
you
It's
don't
one of those
see anything
annoying,
like that anymore.
like, I want that apartment.
Yeah, it's like where'd they get the money for that?
So what I've heard is that you guys write a musical on the show. It's frustrating because now you're like how deep into this season? You're like pretty deep into
14
filming.
episodes.
Right. So
out of 17. So.
You know things that nobody like. You guys all know.
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I know many secrets, and I can't
Yeah,
tell you.
so just why don't you just lay it out? What's everything that happens? Come on. You write a show called The Hit List.
It's called Hit List.
Hit, not the.
People
Just-
say the Newsies.
Well,
It's
this
just
is
Newsies,
not-
folks.
Okay, Hit List.
It's called Hit List.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you end up being in it as well? Is that a secret?
It's not really a secret. No. Yeah, he sort of gets. Well, what happens, is we'll start off very small, and so we're doing whatever very kind of small presentation, and Jimmy's a singer, so they're like, why don't you just sing it? And
Okay.
I guess that could potentially lead to him just end up playing the role as
Okay.
well. But I mean, yeah. So I don't think he's really happy about it at first, but he'll learn
But
to
he's not
accept
happy.
it.
I don't know what
He's not happy about many things. He's happy that his show is getting recognized, I suppose.
But wow, Catherine McPhee's character, she's all over it, huh? She's just I mean, she just keeps staring at him. She just keeps showing up around him, and
yeah, his relationship with Karen is very tumultuous.
okay, he's gonna break her heart.
And she's gonna break his. It's not gonna be cut and dry by any means. And we're 14 episodes in, and I think it's gonna be a sort of relationship, romance, friendship, whatever it ends up being. It's gonna be a roller coaster ride throughout the entire season. So don't expect like happy, puppies and babies and marriage or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's gonna be real.
It's not like you and Ashley Spencer.
It's gonna be a rough road. Yeah, not like real life Jeremy, who happened to find an amazing woman, and that was that.
You were in Newsies,
Yeah.
and filming Smash,
Yeah.
and it got really tough, right? I mean,
Oh my God, yeah. I didn't have a day off for like a month and a half. I somehow in my brain thought that I could do both, and I was for a while, because at first they told me I wasn't really going to be in Smash very much, just like maybe in a couple scenes
Oh.
at the first few episodes. I did the first 5 episodes of Smash while still in Newsies.
Wow.
And then I got married, quit Newsies, and did the 6th episode.
Wait, so what was the low point? So like, were you like curled up in a ball, like saying, I
yeah,
can't do
well, I mean,
this,
I
can't
would
do
I
this?
would get home. I would finish shooting at like 5, and then I'd run over, do Newsies, and I get home at like 11:30, go straight to bed, and wake up in the morning and do Smash again. And I never saw my now wife. I never saw my, puppy.
Right.
I never caught up on my television shows, and that'll make a man cranky.
That's
I
true.
didn't get any sleep.
What are your like top
My
shows?
voice was like dead.
What are your top shows that you have to
Oh
like?
God, I watch so much TV, Paul. I mean, I love The Walking Dead.
Okay.
I love Homeland.
Uh-huh.
Game of Thrones. I
Uh-huh.
like big epic stuff.
So that beautiful wife of yours, Ashley. Tell me about.
Oh,
I
her.
just want to hear about the wedding. I saw the photo you put out in the world, which is
Dude,
awesome.
the wedding was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it was very stressful planning. There were many, many days where we basically decided that we were just going to go get eloped. But happily, that didn't happen. And, like, it was one of the best weddings ever. It was, like, definitely my best wedding ever. But,
So
like,
what's the
all of our
key?
friends were like, this is, like, one of the greatest weddings. So
What's the key to like pulling off a really awesome wedding?
I don't know. I guess you just have to put in the work and like just deal with it.
Yeah.
And then trust that it's all going to come together. And we had some Broadway dancers out on the floor, so the dancing was good.
Yeah.
And I know the food was fantastic. Like we got lucky because apparently wedding food is generally not good.
Uh-huh.
I've heard. I haven't been to many weddings, but ours was the bomb. And we had great pictures, and it was a beautiful day. It rained in the morning, and then just as we started getting married, it stopped, and the sun came out, and it was gorgeous.
She could be good on maybe a little Smash cameo. How about that?
Yeah, we're working on it. I know.
Oh.
I mean, nothing yet, but I'm putting bugs in the.
What would you like her to play? Like
I love her to play like
Jimmy's
a
dirty one night stand.
Yeah,
when he
that'd be
gets
great.
messed up and disappears.
That'd be great. Or like, wouldn't it be weird if she was like my sister?
Yeah, it'd be
I don't
weird.
know. I don't know. I mean, it'd be funny if like I hated her character or something, or like she's somebody that just like bitch me out or something. It'd be fun. I don't know.
Maybe that little dog of yours. I think that little dog would be fun. That little Riley dog of yours
Yeah,
running
yeah.
around that apartment. Like,
Oh God. Maybe Kyle's dog. Jimmy wouldn't have a dog like that. Jimmy wouldn't have a little Maltipoo.
but what's with you in these?
Probably kill it on accident.
What's with you in the Bad Boys? What is it about you? I mean, because like all your characters.
I
are,
mean,
like,
there's
these-
bad boy, and then there's like.
He's the baddest boy.
He's
No.
definitely the baddest.
No, I mean you played.
Yeah,
Clyde
but
Barrow.
Clyde Barrow is like. He's got some issues. He's got
Right.
like he's not necessarily bad boy. Clyde is like a romantic
Right.
that got sucked into this world, and he's basically had to kill to stay alive, But I don't think at the core of him that's who he is.
He's not a dick.
No, he's also not a dick. He's actually a genuinely nice guy.
Right.
Jack Kelly is a nice guy
Yeah.
who just has had the wrong lot in life and sort of redeems himself at the end. Jimmy, he doesn't like people. Like he has some trust issues. He's definitely the most guarded, the most sort of emotionally damaged character that I think I've played.
It'd be funny if your next thing was like the corniest, like geekiest, like
Yeah.
just the total opposite.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Like you just went like
Just like
big nerd.
total nerd, like
yeah,
laughing and having fun
yeah,
and happy.
yeah. Would
Yeah,
you like
that
that?
would be interesting. That would be refreshing, certainly.
Speaking of,
I think you see Jimmy smile like 4 times this season.
count them, people.
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah.
So you always play the bad boy, but speaking of good people, that Laura Osnes girl, can we talk about her for a minute?
Goody two shoes.
Is she-
Blow.
Is she out of your phone book?
Princess.
You guys
Come
done?
on.
You guys done with each other? Or?
Done. No. No, of course not. Of course not. We're still great friends.
She's-
We play Words with Friends and Scramble all the time.
Oh, okay. So you're always
Yeah.
in touch.
She's really good at word games.
She
like
beats you?
she's stupid good. She's like my biggest competition.
Huh.
It's annoying.
Has she like thrown some words in where you're like, what the, like, where'd that come from?
Oh yeah, she makes up words all the time. She's like, let's see if this is a word. It is 100 points.
I wanted to congratulate you also. You've really taken back the name Jeremy Jordan. The last time you were here, we talked about
jeez.
how there's
Yeah.
this little porn dude named Jeremy
There's a
Jordan.
little porn dude. You're like, I see like a little porn like
I've s-
gnome that's like
A little porn
running
gnome.
around like flashing people. That's
Yes,
when you say little porn dude.
And then there's that like pop singer actor guy. But now
Yeah.
when you Google Jeremy Jordan, you really own it. Like
Good.
you're really owning it now. Although if you go
Good.
to images, if you do like a Google image search, you go down like 5 rows and then there's that guy bent over.
Oh yeah.
So you almost
out.
have it. I feel like another 16 months maybe you'll just...
Use the Google safe search, people. Come on. Come on, you don't need to be seeing any of that. Although you might not get the image of me in the Rock of Ages calendar if you do the safe search.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
that does. I mean,
pretty racy.
I teach you about that last time. Do you ever regret those pictures or?
No, it was fun. Listen, I was a nobody back then,
Right.
so like it was fun for me. Like I was like, oh, that's
It's like your
cool.
version of like Madonna's dirty penthouse pictures, but it's just not that dirty.
Yeah, it's not that dirty. It's just wine coolers. I mean, how dirty can you get with wine coolers?
Wine coolers in the
Let's
crotch.
not explore that.
So Smash is coming back. What's February 5th?
February 5th,
Season 2
NBC,
premieres.
10 p.m.
Why should people check it out? Besides the fact
I mean,
that you're on it?
this year it's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be sexier, there's gonna be more dancing, more original music. You're gonna actually see Broadway because last season you got a few glimpses of it, but it was mostly workshops and out of town.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see some Broadway action and just some diva belting.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch it, and I'm really excited to see what people think. And and hopefully the hate watching will stop and people will all watch it equally. And
So how will you be watching
Anticipation.
it? Are you going to watch it on the 5th? Are you going to like have a party or something? Are you going to have Riley on your lap?
I don't know. Ashley was like, let's bring some friends over and do like a watching party, but like, I don't know, I'm nervous.
Are you
about
really?
it. I don't know. I feel weird watching myself with
Right.
like my friends
Right.
there, and
Right.
I don't know. I'm still still thinking about it. I mean, I've already seen 3 or 4 episodes so far, so
Yeah.
it's not like it won't be like I'm seeing it for the first time.
Right,
so
right.
that's a plus.
Right. Right.
Otherwise, I might just watch terrified.
Well, I know they're all going to watch it, and you should watch it because, I mean, I've seen it, and I got sucked in. I'm totally sucked in. I can't wait to see
Totally.
how big of a dick you are.
The dick gets real big.
On that note,
Watch Smash.
thank you so much, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Watch Smash.